Good evening, humans and non-humans. Today I'm going to teach you about something called dimensional analysis, or converting units. Ta-ta! Unit conversions was always something that really confused me back in ye old middle school days. So I'm making this video about it so y'all don't have to suffer like I did. Dimensional analysis can be done with all sorts of units, but often your problems are going to involve the metric system. To help with that, I've written down the acronym for all the units in the metric system. There are lots of songs and stuff you can find online to help memorize this. I usually think of King Henry died drinking chocolate milk, which stands for kilo, hecto, deca, base, deci, centi, milli, which are the, units in the metric system. Anyway, let's get a problem to solve so we can actually see how converting units works. Y'all should thank me, by the way. I took, such a long time before this to write out everything nice and neat so you wouldn't have to deal with my bad handwriting. Anyway, the problem says convert 2 hectometers, which is right here, into decimeters, which is right here. So the way you set up a problem looks like this. You have a multiplication sign, a line, and then an equals sign. So over here, on this part of the multiplication sign, you're going to write what you start with. In this case, we have 2 hectometers. That's our given value. So we're going to write that over here, and I'll just put HM as an abbreviation. Now the thing about this is, 2 hectometers is the same thing as 2 hectometers over 1. Because when we convert units, we're going to have to use lots of fractions. So this unit here, it's on the numerator of this bigger fraction here. And so in order to cancel out this unit and convert it to a different unit, we're going to also have to write our given unit, in this case hectometers, on the bottom. Because it's on the top here, so we want it on the bottom here. And now because this one's on the top and this one's on the bottom, they cancel each other out. Then what we're going to do is write the unit we're converting to, in this case decimeters, on the top of this fraction, so here. Or if our given value had actually been on the bottom, then we'd write it over here, but it's not. I don't want to confuse you, so just our new unit is going to go on the top right now. So now we have to find our conversion factor. Hectometers are over here, and decimeters are over here. And each one of these increases by a power of 10. So 1 hectometer is the same thing as 10 decameters. 100 meters, 1,000 decimeters. And I will erase that because that looks unneat. So 1 hectometer is 1,000 decimeters. So which one is bigger? Well, the hectometers are bigger because we have a lot of decimeters to only make 1 hectometer. So because hectometers are bigger, we're going to put a 1 with it over here on our fraction. And since the conversion factor is 1 hectometer to 1,000 decimeters, we're going to put a 1,000 up here with the decimeters. Now we're going to solve this. And how we do that is we go across by multiplying these two numbers, hence our times sign, and then down by dividing any numbers down here. And this problem, we don't really have anything to divide by because anything divided by 1 is itself, but sometimes you will. So the answer is 2,000 decimeters because 2 times 1,000 is 2,000, divided by 1 is 1. Let's do another problem that isn't completely with the metric system. Here's our new problem. It says convert 30 inches into centimeters. It also gives us our conversion factor. 1 inch is the same thing as 2.54 centimeters. So for this problem, since we only have 2 things, values, we're going to set it up the exact same way. Our multiplication symbol, a line, and the equals sign. So to solve this, we'll put our given value, 30 inches, on the left by the times thing. And we know 30 inches is the same thing as 30 over 1, 30 inches over 1. Now, since inches is on the top and we want to cross it out, we're going to put inches over here on the bottom so these units cancel. And we'll put our new unit, centimeters, on the top over here. Now we'll write our conversion factor over here, and since 1 inch is bigger than 1 centimeter, we're going to give a 1 to inches, and we'll put the conversion factor, 2.54 centimeters, on the top. Now you solve it again by multiplying across and dividing down. I have no idea what 30 times 2.54 centimeters is, so I'm going to use a calculator. Feel free to do the same, it's a lot less pain. There's your answer, 76.2 centimeters. Thankfully, that's not a giant number. Our next problem, we're going to have a giant number. Let's do it. Whoop. Spoiler alert. Here's our next problem. Convert 30 days into seconds. Right there. And it doesn't give us a conversion factor. You know why? Because we're going to have to do a bunch of conversions. And also, we already know. So our original value is 3 days. So we're going to write that over here. 3 days. And that's the same thing as 3 days over 1. Now we want to cancel days, so we'll put days over here on the bottom. Now we don't know how many seconds are in a day, but we do know how many hours are in a day. So our new unit, hours, is going to come here at the top. Now, 1 day is bigger than an hour, so we're going to put 1 day, 1 with the day, and then our conversion factor, 24, with the hours. So now we'll have days to hours, but we need days to seconds. We don't know how many seconds are in an hour, but we do know how many minutes are in an hour. So this is our new, original value, right? And we're trying to convert hours to minutes. So because we want to cancel out hours, we're going to write it on the bottom here, just like we did with days. And then up here, our new unit is minutes. So 1 hour is bigger than 1 minute, so we'll put 1 for hour. And then we know there are 60 minutes and an hour. Now we're going to do this again to convert minutes to seconds. Minutes is the one, we're trying to cancel, so we'll put it on the bottom. And sometimes it might be opposite. Your original one, it might be on the bottom. And in that case, you'd put it on the top, because they just have to be in opposite positions, It doesn't matter which one, they just have to be opposite. Well, it does matter, but never mind. So, minutes to seconds. 1 minute is bigger than 1 second, so we put 1 minute, and then 60 seconds. Now we're going to solve this again by multiplying across and dividing down, just like we have the whole time. And all these units, every unit that has 1 on the top and 1 at the bottom, is canceled. So we're going to be left with seconds. So again, I'll use a calculator for 3 times 24 times 60 times 60 divided by 1. But, since it's divided by 1, we know that it's just going to be itself. And our answer is this big giant number here, seconds. I'm not even going to try to read that out loud. You can if you want to, but that's the answer. And that is how you do a big giant conversion like so, when you'll have to convert your problems into multiple units. Anyway, if this seems like a whole lot and really complicated, don't worry, because my next video is going to teach you how to get a calculator to do the conversions for you so that you don't have to bother with any of this. Bye!